Hey guys, what's going on? I apologize in advance for this camera. I'm using actually my cell phone camera this time. Because of the type of video I'm using, it's probably going to take a while and my camera won't stay charged that long. I'm right now in my kitchen area, and what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to do a 12-hour challenge. It's not exactly the 12-hour challenge that our Chataway 87 is doing, although I want to kind of participate in my own way. But the thing is, a lot of the stuff he wanted us to do on the 12-hour challenge, I was already doing in my 31 days countdown watch list. So since those movies that I would have used were in that Halloween countdown watch list or would have been really similar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to participate, but I'm just going to do it in my own way for fun. And what I'm going to do is 12 hours of movies that I've never seen. These are just going to be straight 12 hours of horror movies that I've never seen before. I'm not going to give it away. You guys will have to stick around each part of the way to see what I end up watching. But right now, it's like 1:40, 1:48. So in the next 12 hours, between now and about 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that, I'm going to try to eat and watch as many movies as I can. Here's the actual movie I'm going to be watching first, which is Cherry Falls. If you're familiar with this movie, let me know what you think of it. I'm going to watch this one. This is actually a European import. This is from Spain. I think it's a former rental. But I was going to show you that the main reason I got this is because it's kind of hard to see. I can't zoom in with this. But I was going to show you the thing that I'm talking about. The reason I got the Spanish version is right down here, right where my finger is. It says duration in Spanish. It says 100-minute running time. This is a Region 2 DVD and it's uncut. This was a movie that went to cable, and I've heard about it for years. I've never seen it, but apparently they cut a bunch out of it. It's kind of a slasher movie with a reverse twist on the old stuff. That's what it looks like on the inside, Cherry Falls. But I believe this is a European exclusive, this version, this uncut version. I think in Spain only. In fact, I think I've seen several versions in Europe that actually are still like 87 minutes. So this has an additional 13 minutes. I got this really good deal. It just took a long time to get it in the mail, like 2 weeks or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll watch that first. Oh, it's really hot. I'm sorry I'm trying to do this with two hands and it's not too easy. My local Chinese restaurant is very close to my house. So what I got is I got some chicken and some rice there. This is the General Zhou, however you pronounce that, TSO. I'm not really for sure. I don't know how to pronounce that in Chinese, but I got that. It's kind of a spicy chicken with fried rice, and it comes with an egg roll. And I'll go ahead and set up my food and the movie, and let's start the 12-hour challenge. There's the warning, but that's the legal advisory, is what it's called. Not recommended for people under 18 years, I believe. Let me get a bite here. I showed you guys I got the rice and the chicken. That's good. Definitely not doing it completely traditional. I'm not using chopsticks, but I've just got a spoon here so it won't make a mess since this has like a sauce on it. Try a bite of the egg roll. So, it's good stuff. Alright, let's watch the movie. And surprisingly, it looks like this isn't actually 100 minutes like it had said on the back. It turned out being 87 minutes. So that makes me think that maybe there isn't a 100-minute cut out there somewhere. Maybe the 87 minutes is as long as it gets. I can assume this is identical to any US version you'd get. Now this is out of print and the US version's pretty high, like $20-30. So I only got this for $5. So all in all, I'm still happy, and now I know. It's got Brittany Murphy in it, Michael Biehn, DJ Squalls, Jay Moore. It was a good cast. I really enjoyed it. I thought the story was pretty good. It's kind of the opposite of what you expect for a regular slasher. I won't get into it very much because I need to get on to the next movie, but I'll just say if you get a chance, check it out. It's definitely better than a lot of the Scream clones that came out right there at the end of the 90s, early 2000s. This one is probably right up there with some of the better ones. I enjoyed it a lot. A nice little twist put out by USA Films. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get to the next movie. This is one that has been a long time coming. I've been watching this on Amazon.co.uk for a while to see when it was going to get cheap, and then I just finally held out for a Blu-ray release here in the U.S., and that is The Hole. It's put out by Joe Dante. He did this, and supposedly it's similar to Gremlins. It's sort of a kid-friendly movie in some ways, and other ways it's not. It's sort of adult. He's pretty good at doing that, something in between. So I'm kind of excited to see this. I don't know hardly anything about it other than it's 2 or 3 years old, and it just took a really long time to make it here in the U.S. It's got some good creepy things. I don't know if you can see that very well, but there is like a creepy clown there, and there he is at the bottom there. Creepy clowns and creepy dolls together, that sounds really creepy. So now we're going to watch The Hole, and I will come back after this and tell you what I think. Just got done watching The Hole, and I was very, very surprised how good this is. A lot of fun. I'm kind of surprised it took that long for that movie to come around. I don't know what issues it had, but as for the movie itself, about some kids that moved to a neighborhood with their mom, and there's a hole down in the basement. A little trap door down to a crawl space under the house or whatever, but down in the hole is just the absolute emptiness. You can't see the bottom of this hole. And the two boys kind of investigate that with the neighborhood girl. And that's basically kind of what it's about, this creepy hole and what ends up being inside of it. So that was pretty cool. And so far, I think that would be probably my favorite out of the two movies I've seen. So I really enjoyed that. Yeah, so you guys check out The Hole. I'm going to go and grab another movie, and let's see what we're going to watch this time. The next one is a movie that I just kind of have medium expectations for. I believe it's just kind of a thriller, but I've heard mixed things on it. I thought I'd check it out. I found it used at a really good price, and that is Rosewood Lane. It has Rose McGowan in it. I really like Rose McGowan. I think she's a pretty good actress, but I know a lot of people are not big fans of her, so they may not dig this movie, but I'll see what this is going to be. So the next thing I'm going to watch is Rosewood Lane. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. I think about the end of this, I'll probably get something to eat again, and we'll keep on trucking in the 12 hours. Hey guys, just finished watching Rosewood Lane. Pretty interesting stuff. Lynn Shay was in that, Ray Wise, Rose McGowan, of course. I thought it was pretty interesting, a pretty good thriller. If you're familiar with movies like Pacific Heights or Fear, something like that, it has a similar kind of vibe. Rose McGowan plays this lady that moves into a neighborhood after her father passes away. He has an accident, and she moves into the house. And then she becomes kind of stalked by this paper boy in the neighborhood, and everybody kind of warned her that, you know, be careful of this kid. And it's very odd because it's one of those things where you get kind of frustrated. He's doing things to mess with her, but at the same time, he's not doing anything that the police can actually catch him in the act of doing, or he's not doing anything that the police will follow up on. A lot of it's kind of like intense like that. It's a lot of frustration going back and forth. I actually enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of Rose McGowan. I originally saw her probably in Doom Generation. I think I'd seen her in other things before that, but she'd played such minor roles I didn't know who she was until Doom Generation. But she wasn't as good in this as I had hoped, and I think it's just, you know, one of those things. I enjoy Rose McGowan as an actress, but at the same time, I don't want to say that she didn't do very well in this movie as much as I just hadn't seen her in a starring role in quite a while, and it was just, you know, it was okay. But I actually enjoyed it. As a whole, the story and everything else held up for what didn't come together with everybody else. I would recommend, it's definitely worth a rental. I actually got mine used with slipcover and everything for like $7. I'm really excited about that. That's a good deal for me. Okay, here we go. Let's go get something to eat, and then we'll pick the next movie. Okay, guys, I think what I'm going to fix is a couple of these little White Castle burgers. I got these the other day, and I'm a fan of these. We don't really have White Castle the restaurant like where I live, but I originally started picking up things like this. It had to have been the late 90s. My grandparents brought me some of these for college once. They brought me a bunch of like food for a gift package type thing. And ever since then, in college, I kind of always liked them. They're just really basic. This ones are the cheese ones. They do make one that's just regular hamburger, but the cheeseburger ones are just kind of like that, just a simple slice of cheese with a piece of meat, a little bit of minced onions on them. Not a big fan of onions, but they're okay on this one because it's so small and it's cooked. They just come in a little pack like this. You just microwave it. And then for my side, I'm going to try these. I've been wanting to try these for a while, and they had them in the store again today. So this is the kettle cooked jalapeno potato chips. So let's set this up, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. My cat wants to show you also his favorite thing, which right now he's so excited he's just licking the inside of his bowl. Hey, ready for your snack? You want treats? Treats? Come here. You want treats? Are they in here? Where are they at? Oh yeah, you know where your treats are. These are actually, he's an older cat, so this is glucosamine, but it's in like little dried pieces of chicken, which is kind of like beef jerky sort of. You ready? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, he loves that stuff. So, guys, here's the food. Here's a little mini sliders, and there's the jalapeno chips. They're super crunchy. Let me switch you guys around. Okay, let's try the little mini burger. I like these. I'm sure they're better at the restaurant, but let me know if you've tried these before, the little frozen ones. Good stuff. And then the chips is jalapeno, kettle fried or whatever. These are really similar to when as a kid they had these things called crunch taters. These are not too bad. Not too spicy, but a little bit spicy. Okay, so we're going to watch the movie now, and I'm going to show you the movie that I picked. This movie here, I'm going in completely blind. I basically bought this used because I just happened to see the cover, and it said it was done by Jennifer Lynch, which you also may know as Jennifer Chambers Lynch. I had her autographed on the Boxing Helena Laserdisc set. This is David Lynch's daughter, and she's been making movies, since Boxing Helena, but I can't say that I really have seen very many movies she's done. I've seen Boxing Helena, and I've seen Surveillance, and then I will have seen this, and I don't know if she's done any other movies other than that, but I always liked her stuff because I really like David Lynch. I didn't even know this existed, so I'm just going in blind, but I did read on here when I picked it up. It also has Vincent D'Onofrio as the main actor in this, and I don't know if this is going to be like a torture type of movie or whatever. It kind of looks like that. That's not a big thing I'm into, but I'm going to give it a shot because it's Jennifer Lynch. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. Okay, guys, just got done watching Chained here, and that was profoundly disturbing. Not from a violence, grotesque type of way. There was some of that in there, but it's just very psychologically disturbing. I don't think I'd ever watch that movie if it wasn't a Jennifer Lynch movie with the cast that it had. I actually enjoyed the cast quite a bit. Besides having Vincent D'Onofrio in it, I saw a few people in here like Gina Phillips that I didn't expect, which has a very small part, towards the end. This movie it's excellent, and it's really hard to watch. I don't know how many times I'll ever rewatch that movie because I can't imagine ever not remembering how that works, and it'd be hard to set through again. It's basically about a serial killer ends up picking up a young boy that was with the woman that he was taking, and he ends up just keeping this young boy to just clean his house and weird stuff, and that boy just grows up with this serial killer. It's very, very disturbing, but there's just like lots of layers of information about cycle of violence and all these other things. It's a lot more than just the violence and all that stuff. It's got a message behind it, even though it's done in a way that's very shocking. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that on that one. I can't even imagine that being like the last thing on my mind tonight. So I went through that movie. It's in the neighborhood of like 10 o'clock or something like that. I don't even know what time it is now, but maybe 10:45, 10:30. But I'm definitely going to watch another movie, and then if I can make it, maybe another one, just depending on how close to like 1:45 or whatever I end up getting to. This next movie, I don't even know what kind of movie it'll be, other than I've heard lots of weird things about it as far as it's got a decent cast, including Cillian Murphy, Sigourney Weaver, Elizabeth Olsen, who's really big right now, and Robert De Niro. And that is Red Lights. And it's about these people that investigate psychics and people with those kind of powers. And then they go to kind of unearth this and basically expose them as frauds. And they come up against a guy that they think can't really explain how his powers work, and they kind of have to go up against him. And I don't know. I think it's got a good cast. It sounds interesting. It's kind of a weird paranormal type thing. So I thought it might be good for today, and I definitely hadn't seen it. So I'm going to go ahead and start Red Lights. The other thing is I'm going to go ahead and get something to drink here. I got these today. It's a seasonal beer. I don't know if you can read this. It's from the light there. This is the lighting. It says, "Made with ginger, but still digs Marianne." I thought that was really cool. But this is it. It's called Red Hook, and it's a seasonal series wit. So it's a kind of a seasonal beer. Hopefully you can see it there pretty well. I'm sure this isn't quite great. It's kind of dark in here right now. It's kind of hard to get off. But there we go. Okay, guys, I'm going to give it a try here. The Red Hook Wit. It's pretty good. I know I'm not a big beer drinker on here or anything, but I do enjoy seasonal beers, and you know that's about the only thing I ever drink is beer. I just like the taste of it here and then. I don't drink it very often, but yeah, not too bad. It's pretty smooth, but it's a little dry. But yeah, interesting stuff. If you guys, that drink beer or whatever, enjoy seasonal beers, let me know which ones you like. This was just one of them that I happened to see today. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that on this one. I'm going to go ahead and start Red Lights. Finished Red Lights. I actually really enjoyed it. Not necessarily something that probably have a lot of watch value, if you know what I mean by that. I really like the cast. I thought it was really well written. It's a very interesting film. It's definitely something everybody should check out, at least to just say they've seen it, and then you can decide if it's worth owning or whatever. I'm getting to be quite a big fan of Elizabeth Olsen. I think she's great in this. Not a humongous part, but a fairly big part. I've watched her now a couple of times in a few movies. I think I saw her in Silent House, the American remake, and then I saw her in a Netflix rental that I had a while back, Marcy, Mary, something like that. I can't remember the name of the movie where she was like kind of rescued from a cult. You guys will probably know what it is. I just don't have it in front of me. I don't remember the name. She's a pretty good actress. I definitely didn't expect to think that I liked, her, considering I'm not a big fan of the Olsen twins or whatever. Cillian Murphy, of course, he's always good, and I really like seeing Sigourney Weaver in this. She's got a pretty good part. I've actually seen quite a bit of Sigourney Weaver just recently, and I'm really enjoying that she's doing more roles. I'm a big fan of her from way back in the day. Basically, I never get tired of Sigourney Weaver. So if you guys get a chance to check this out, like I was saying before, they're like kind of a myth debunker group, and they work out of this college, and they kind of get on the trail of this psychic that Robert De Niro is playing that's coming back out of retirement after all these years. Other than that, I'm probably not going to be able to watch another one. I thought about watching another movie, but it is like 1 o'clock, and I won't even finish that movie before I get over the 12 hours. So I'm probably just going to call it quits for tonight. Besides getting to see a couple of meals, some snack type stuff I was eating, I also watched, here in order, we'll go back to Cherry Falls, The Hole. That was a good surprise. I really liked that one. Rosewood Lane, not too bad. I dug it. Really messed up. Chained. That one's going to be stuck in my head for a while. And then Red Lights. So that's what I saw. So today was kind of more of like a 12-hour challenge, but I also attempted to do beyond that sort of an update for my collection, because these are all movies that you guys haven't seen that I haven't watched. I haven't shown that I got these for my collection yet. I will go ahead and leave it at that. I hope you guys are enjoying the 2012 Halloween watch list, the countdown, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Okay, take care. Bye.